Alright, next I'd like to show you the Canvas learning management system. Canvas is actually a free LMS that you can sign up for, and it's gaining a lot of popularity because of its ease of use. But I have to tell you, I'm not as impressed with sort of the look and feel of the course in terms of colors and aesthetics. But it is easy to use. So you'll see that I created a course here called EdTech 553. This is the homepage, and I tested out importing content from our current Blackboard course. So I imported the course homepage from our current Blackboard course, and it imported somewhat decent, but really there's no way for me to break up all of the weekly announcements that I provide. So I'm not sure that I'm all that comfortable with that, but it did import. The course information area imported pretty nicely, and the instructor information did import, with the exception of the Twitter feed, and you can see that that didn't insert very nicely. But it's good to know that you can import content into Canvas from other learning management systems. That's a good open source thing. So you'll see over here on the left hand side some of the same tools that we saw in Epsilon, and some of the same tools that you are familiar with from Blackboard. So you have your syllabus tool here, where you can upload information about when things are due and your syllabus information. You have an announcements tool, and I haven't done one yet, but you click make an announcement, and it looks like there are some of the same tools that you're familiar with from Blackboard and Epsilon. A little bit more limited though, not quite as many tools to choose from there. Looks like you can also add links to other content pages to this announcement. So looks like I could add a link to course information within this announcement, which that's kind of a nice feature. So I can say be sure to check out the course information section. And then they can just click on it right here. Blackboard has the same feature. I don't believe Epsilon has that feature though. I can add files, I can delay when it's posted, and even set up a podcast feed, which is kind of a cool thing. So I'm going to save that. And there is my announcement for week 1. Okay, moving on to assignments. You can see I've already created, sort of replicated our course foundation assignment here. But it's pretty simple to add an assignment. You just click on add assignment, you give it a name, you tell it how many points, you tell it when it's due, and you update. And that creates at least the title of the assignment. Now you still have to go in, of course, and give instructions by editing the assignment and giving the instructions here. But it's pretty simple to set up. Looks like you can also decide whether or not it's going to be an online submission, or if they're turning it in by paper and you're just going to enter a grade for it. So that's kind of a neat feature. Here's where you can say whether or not you'll allow file uploads, or website URLs, or just plain text entry or media. So that is an assignment. You see they also have a rubric feature, so I can add a rubric. I'm not as impressed with the rubric feature in Canvas as I am in Blackboard. You'll see it's a lot more limited in terms of what you can, text you can add in. There's just, it's not as robust, but it's there nonetheless. You see discussions over here on the left hand side, so you can easily start a discussion. I've already set up an introduce yourself discussion thread, but I can start a new discussion and give it a title, give it a prompt. Again, here's all my options, and can even set due dates and that sort of thing. Alright, moving on, you have the grade section, which I believe this is going to be where you can enter grades. So since I don't have any students, it's going to be kind of hard to show you that, but this is the grade book. I don't know if you guys have looked at your own grade books in your development courses yet, but the grade book feature, it's called Grade Center in Blackboard, is very robust, almost to the point of being confusing if you don't really know how to look at it. So this is a little bit less complicated. You'll see there's also a chat feature. And looks like it's having trouble loading the chat feature. Oh, no, here we go. I like the sound effects, of course. Those are nice. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it made a little sound effect. But look, you can import YouTube videos. Let's see what this is. Looks like a SoundCloud track. I can join the room whiteboard, so I could write on the whiteboard. Looks like you can make it either a public or a private chat. Looks like you can broadcast to your entire class and even share your transcript. So there are some cool features here in the chat that I don't believe Blackboard has. Okay, next you see pages, and this actually these are the pages that were imported from Blackboard when I imported this content. So I believe pages is the same as content. Outcomes, I believe, are goals for your course, so you can add learning outcomes here and connect them to your rubrics. Blackboard has that same feature as well. Here's where you can set up quizzes. So I can create a new quiz and give it some instructions. Here's where I set all of my settings, and let's just see here. Give it due dates. Here's where I can lock until or lock after if I don't want them to see it yet. And I can save these settings. And then over here is where I can add either a new question or a question. Here in this case it's called a group. Remember in Epsilon it's called a pool. But I can add a new question, give it a title. Here are my question types, so a little bit more than Epsilon had in terms of choice here. And here are my point values. Here is the text, and I'll just do the same exact one. Here's my correct answer, and here are the comments. And update the question. And that adds the question to the quiz. And so now I can publish the quiz. Alright, you also have modules. So again, similar to Epsilon, in Epsilon they're called lessons, in Blackboard they're called learning modules. Here they're just called course modules. So you can add content in a sequential nature to your course. So in terms of items, you can choose different items from your entire course to add to here. So I'm going to add that first quiz to my learning module. And let's also add, my content page. So let's do the instructor information page. So you see it's pretty similar to learning modules in Blackboard. Okay, and there are some other tools listed here. Conferences let you set up a web conference. And I can just invite all course members and create the conference. If I start it now, it's going to launch, it's actually going to launch something similar to Blackboard Collaborate, but it's not going to do it since I'm recording this video. But same thing here as Blackboard Collaborate. And then collaborations is where you can actually incorporate Google Docs, and this is a feature I really, really like because Blackboard doesn't have that integration with Google Docs. This makes it just sort of seamless. So for instance, your virtual team project, I could have just set a link straight up for you guys to work in Google Docs from here. People are going to show you all of the people in the course, which right now is just myself, but I can manage all of the users in the course using this page. Here's where I can manage my files for the course. And finally, here are some settings for the course. So I can edit the course name, the course details, look at course statistics. This is sort of in Blackboard, sort of like your control panel area for the course. So that's Canvas, and again, it's free, so you can go ahead and, if you want to, sign up for a free account and get in and kind of play around with it. Like I said, I don't care for sort of the basic aesthetic view of it, but I do like how easy it is to do different things and how intuitive it is. So that is Canvas.